Alan Pardew is alongside Graeme Souness this morning. Alan, you were talking to me there about Manchester City. Incidentally, you made a great point to me, Alan, before we came on air. Graeme, I don't know if you saw this. The way they introduce the City bus, the City players, Pep, the arrival at the Etihad, very unusual, very Hollywood, isn't it?
Strange, because I don't know if you want to go on YouTube or somewhere, you'll find it. Man City's arrival, because actually at Man City, the way they design the stadium is for the buses to come underneath. You go underneath in a tunnel, and you park the bus, and you're straight into the dressing rooms down a long corridor, and you're kind of detached from everybody, and then you walk out onto the pitch. You go through that famous glass wall area they got now, where they sell big corporate venue. But yesterday they decided to sort of park somewhere where they could have an entrance, and then this guy is like talking them in. Pep, the greatest manager of all time, blah blah blah. It was bizarre. And as every player's coming off, here's so and so. It was just a bizarre
to which you said moments ago, it's showbiz, and we're part of this showbiz, says Graeme Souness.
I said you are.
Oh, I am. All right.
Yeah. No, but it is. It's where we are. Fireworks. Yeah. Flashing lights. It's.
There was something else funny I see online, which was brilliant. I thought was the NHL, the hockey league in America, and all the team that were playing all got off as Rocky. With the grey tracksuit and the white towel on it, and all jogged off like Rocky. That's funny.
At the end of it all, Manchester City and Chelsea. Have Manchester City, Graeme, blinked first in this title race? We'll get on to your beloved Liverpool in a second, because they hold a 2-point lead as things stand this Monday morning over Arsenal. A 4-point lead over Manchester City, who have a game in hand. Certainly, Pep said afterwards, we should have had 3 points. Have a listen.
Yeah, always I'm positive. Always we are a team like can do it, but after we don't create the amount of I would say of goals in that position, chances in the after goal, we were not the same. But so the team did everything, and it's enough.
I mean, with first place now technically out of their hands, City's hands, Graeme, would it still be anything other than foolish to write them off?
Of course, you'd be foolish.
Yeah.
Is it 13 games left?
Yeah, 13 games.
So anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. I would suggest that both City and Liverpool will drop even more points between now and the end of the season. And Arsenal, you have to include Arsenal in the conversation. This is just something they have to deal with. They are the current champions. When you become a champion, when you win the league, when I was a player at Liverpool, they always put much more store on winning the league, because they said that said so much more about you as a player, as an individual, as a team, that you've dealt with the disappointments, you've dealt with the injuries, and you've still won the league. Winning a cup, especially a European Cup in a big European city on a sunny May night is great. But they felt winning the league said more about you. And right now, both City, they'll be annoyed about not picking 3 points up, and Liverpool will be slightly concerned about their goals, and Arsenal can't play it soon enough, the way they're scoring goals and playing. But there's a hell of a lot of football left. A hell of a lot of football. I think Arsenal have got the bit between their teeth. They'll want to, as I said, they'll want to play tomorrow and the following day and the next day. When you're winning games the way they are.
Yeah.
For City, they'll be the same, because they'll be angry because they drew a game and they're expected to win. And for Liverpool, they'll be looking for a bit of a break, because they're the ones with injuries. Yeah. But they will all be talking. All the management staff will just be talking about one thing, and it's the oldest cliche, or one of the oldest cliches. Just let's concentrate on the next game.
Yeah, and there's no advantage in those three. They've all got so many competitions, the Champions League, etc., and the league game. So, and obviously Liverpool got a cup final on Sunday. As you say, with the injuries that they've got is a bit of a blow for them. So that's evened that up a little bit for Chelsea. I think Chelsea showed some teeth Saturday night for the first time, I thought. And they looked in a good place. That'll be a good game Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, at one stage it looked like Pochettino and his boys might leave there with the lot.
Yeah.
What did you think of how they went about it? As you said to me moments ago, Conor Gallagher, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy still being talked about, of like maybe going in the summer, may have gone in the last week. He's like their most important player. He's covering so much mileage. And yesterday, I thought Jackson played the centre forward role the best he's played since he's been at Chelsea, and he linked the game, and they kept breaking on Man City, and you thought, Chelsea could get a second here, And unfortunately, I don't know whether they thought they run out of legs, Poch, but he went to a back five, and that sort of brought Man City on a little bit more. And in the end, they got the equaliser, and they held out for a deserved draw. But I thought Chelsea, if they'd have stuck with it a little bit more, might have got something else out of that.
Yeah, and now we've got a cup final coming up, the Carabao Cup final, when Chelsea will take on Liverpool. You have to wonder, Graeme, as Pochettino flipped the script, got into this cup final, he spoke about it briefly.
Now, important to keep the momentum. I think it's important now to recover after this effort, but I think we are going to have another battle. I think it's going to be amazing to have the possibility to play a final, the first title here in UK and in England. And yes, we are going to be there, and we need to, it's not excuses now that after the game that we played today, I think it's to show the same competitivity.
I mean, is this going to be his moment, do you think?
No. What do you expect me to say? I'm a Liverpool supporter. I think Liverpool...
As a supporter, you'll say that, and I get that.
Well, listen, but it's not a done deal. Of course they have a chance. For me, it's a 60-40 game. I think Liverpool will win. And that's even if the don't have any of the boys that went off injured. I mean, I that's my one concern for Liverpool. They've got an abundance of strikers, and they're the guys that change games even when you're not playing well. And that's why Liverpool are so dangerous. Yeah. So many strikers. They do not have to play well to win games.
I mean, you look at it, Alan, Curtis Jones, Diego Jota, Nunez, all taken off injured at Brentford.
Yeah.
But we don't know that. We don't know.
They could have up to 9 absentees ahead of the final.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not ideal, but there's a stat come out this morning, about the goals involved. So Salah's been involved in 24 goals, Nunez 10, Jota 12, Diaz 8, Gakpo 7. So 67 goals in all competitions between that group is quite astounding. There's not a strike force, not Man City or anyone who's got depth like that, or Arsenal. Klopp has got an unusual depth of talent, hasn't he, in the strikers area.
What do you think of Jota? I'm an enormous fan of Jota.
Yeah.
I think he's cute, brave,
and you'd love him in your team, wouldn't you? You'd love him. He works hard. He's always trying to create something. Yeah, great player.
Oh, he's got a knee injury, so we'll see if he makes it. Alan, if Chelsea have to win it, how do they win it?
Well, they have to put in the similar performance, and Jackson, in my opinion, is the key, because if he can link the game like he did Saturday, he really linked it well. And there you got a springboard then for Sterling, for Gallagher to get onto things and create. It's still going to be very, very difficult against obviously a Liverpool team very much in their stride at the moment. But I think if you was a Chelsea fan, certainly you'd have you'd be thinking a little bit more positively this morning.
It's a different challenge for them. Where City are steady, pass you to death. Liverpool, get after you a lot quicker. They're challenging you in your back four a lot quicker than City do. They'll win it and they'll get it forward. They'll have people running forward. Not saying that Haaland doesn't run forward, but it's a different challenge for them. I look at Chelsea right now. I think the midfield I think Fernandes and Caicedo have yet to turn up. I sat down when Chelsea went to Liverpool a few weeks ago, and I thought, I've not seen a lot of you two guys. Let's see what you've got to offer.
I was at that game also. They were poor that night.
A really good challenge for you tonight. If you're a player playing in that stadium, should bring the best out in you. But it's a big challenge, and they weren't at it. And I think, it's okay them against City, who are a slow build up, and they're always there in the positions and going side to side.
Yeah,
not going to the ground, not taking yourself out of the game. Against Liverpool, they'll get after you a lot quicker than City do. Probably. A different challenge.
But that game was one of their worst. It definitely was. They were poor that night, all round. I thought. I think they've come up since then. And
but you give them a chance Sunday.
Yeah, I do,
definitely.
Well, listen, I got beat 9-0 at Liverpool, and then we beat them 4-3 in the semi-final 6 months later or 4 months later. So it can happen. It's not impossible.
I love it. The Carabao Cup final, Chelsea-Liverpool, of course, at Wembley, and it's live on talkSPORT.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.